The iPhone 7 and the 7 Plus just came out, but the 6S clones just don't stop coming in. This might be a video that interests people who are a lot into clones, especially iPhone clones. This one here will set you back at about $130, and there's an even better version available for just $150 by the same manufacturer. Links to get them will be in the description down below just in case you feel like getting one for yourself. And keeping all this aside, let's get on with this clone. So first of all, this unit was sent out to me by Kato Replica, but this in no way is going to affect my opinions about this device. So this clone is a very close looking AA clone of the iPhone 6s. The dimensions and the sizes are exactly the same as the original 6s's. At the back, we can see the camera, the voice cancellation mic and the dual toned LED flash at the top. Sliding down, we can see the signature iPhone text and the S badge right below, alongside some FCC markings that will give it away that it is a clone, but it's nothing too major. On the sides, we have the power button, volume keys, toggle switch and the SIM tray. All the buttons here are plastic and they do require a certain amount of force to press. The toggle though here, it's a little too hard to switch between back and forth, but I guess a long-term user can get used to it over the period of time. On the front we have the camera, the earpiece and the sensors. In the middle we have the screen, and down below we have the home button. Now here's the interesting part. That home button has a fingerprint sensor inbuilt. Now the security of the fingerprint sensor on this AA model is questionable as it opens the phone with almost every finger, not every time though. In the settings we can go through the full fingerprint setup as it feels really actually real. It actually feels like there is a sensor inside that button and it's not there just to fool us. It literally scans the finger, and if you pull off your finger before it's completely scanned in the setup process, the animation just undoes itself, seeming as if it was in the process of scanning but then it didn't get that much information to do so. There is a AAA version of this phone which will be linked down below that has a proper fully working fingerprint sensor on the phone and has a good security dependence onto it. At the bottom of the phone we can find the speaker, the headphone jack and the lightning port. Unlike many other clones that have micro USB charging ports, this one has a lightning port. There are clones out there with a lightning port in them as well, but usually the wire provided inside is a micro USB cable. Luckily this clone comes with a lightning cable, a dedicated adapter and a strikingly similar looking pair of earphones also packaged the exact same way. The accessories seem to be good and they get the job done. The earphones feel exactly like the original ones, but once you use them for music, you can see a drastic difference, but at least they work. The screen here is a 540 by 960 resolution display, which isn't the best but good for cheap clones. It gets too bright, even better than the original iPhone, and gets decently dim as well. For what it is, I was pretty comfortable using the screen. The colors are decent and the whites are as wide as they're supposed to be. Now what differentiates a clone from its original is the performance of the two. So firstly, this clone says it runs on iOS 9.3. Fairly up to date, huh? But everyone knows how it goes with clones. This iOS 9.3 runs over Android, so this iOS on Android will leave its marks here and there. For instance, try opening the App Store and boom, Google Play is here. Even the settings have been made to look exactly like the Apple settings, but all those options in the settings are just like Android's. So you could potentially root this phone, enable developer options and do a lot of Android stuff on it. Coming back to the performance, it's smooth for the most part considering it's a clone. You might get a few hiccups here and there, but that's how clones usually roll. The quick one-hand access feature still works by touching the home button twice. Swipe down to enable search also works. You might get a few lags here and there, but it's nothing very drastic. The transitions for the most part can be said to be running on 25 FPS as compared to the iPhone's 45 to 60 FPS animations. The cameras here are exactly as I expected. Using these cameras indoor is just a nightmare, but take it outside in decent to good lighting and it's way better than what it was. It gives a fair amount of detail while using the back camera. The colors are not dead accurate, but they're not dead either, they're just okayish. Similarly, the front camera needs good lighting to work around with. The details in the front camera also aren't the best in clones, but it gets the job done. The pics taken from both these cameras are more towards the smoother side rather than the sharper side. so they definitely lack a lot of details when you try to zoom in. Now let's speak about the storage. This is a 64GB option I have here, and going to the settings will show the options of internal storage and an external SD card, both showing 64 gigs each. It really makes me wonder if it's actually 64 gigs, 128 gigs or any of the two at all. So to check that, I downloaded the YouTube app. Yes, it did not have that already. Temple Run, Vector and Google Play services, and probably a few more apps later on. Later on I found out that the phone has actually some serious storage to offer. Pretty astonished to know that the phone could actually offer a lot of storage for the price it comes for. Since we got to the game, let's talk about it. As I said earlier, the performance isn't too good here, and that remains the same while gaming. While we do attain some playable frame rates, the phone needs to go under so many processes to pull out the game the way it is that we can notice a certain delay in the touch. It was quite expected by the Mali 400MP GPU alongside the 1GHz quad-core processor. Yes, 4 cores it is. Summing up this review, I believe this is one of the closest looking clones to the iPhone 6s, but its performance lies up to par with the clones that come under the same budget. The looks can make others believe that it is an iPhone 6s indeed, but if you observe carefully, the FCC markings will give it away. Also, a side-by-side comparison would give it away because the color of the phone lies between gold and rose gold. The colors might be prominent right now because the footage has been color graded, but once I remove the color grade, it becomes difficult to judge. But luckily, the manufacturers have different colors available for this phone to purchase. As usual, the links to buy this and the AAA version of the iPhone 6s will be available in the description down below. Now I have a little bit of a problem here. I have the phone with me and I don't know what to do with it either. So let me know if you guys would be interested to win an absolutely free iPhone 6s clone or not. And let's see if we could make 30 likes on this video, and if we do, I will make sure to give this iPhone 6s away. And as usual, like and subscribe to the channel if you think I'm worthy enough, and also share this video with your friends. And I'll catch you guys later.